Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to tonight's Elite Championship Racing on iRacing. Tonight is the World Camping Truck Series. We are at Martinsville, and a treat for you guys tonight. We are running in full HD 720p, 60 frames per second, and DirectX 11 at the highest settings possible. Tonight you guys are going to see what iRacing is in all its graphical glory. So let me go ahead and switch to the rug rack intro, and then we will get to the race.
The Rug Rack and Home Decor, where knowledge and quality matter.
Alright, welcome ladies and gentlemen to tonight's race. We are here at Martinsville. It is 75 degrees and it's 108 degrees on the track. The wind's at 5 miles an hour from the east. And in the booth with me tonight, I have Matt Hibbs and Michael Kinner.
Heck yeah, I think Kenner's now in here too. He was running a little bit late, but I think he just ran in here last minute.
Hell yeah, I'm here. How's it going?
Pretty good, man. How you doing?
Good. Thanks for having me, guys.
Thanks for having you guys in here as well. I appreciate a couple newcomers to the broadcast booth tonight. What are you guys expecting here tonight? You guys have you guys ran at this track at all? I think either one of you have through Cup, but as far as getting on the regular iRacing rated races.
No, I ran our ECR Cup Series race last night, and really, I don't know, I had a lot of alcohol when that one was done. I'm still recovering from that, but the car's a handful. The guys are saying the trucks are tight tonight. I was actually gonna go down and test drive the Ghost truck and see how it felt to give a little feedback. I don't know if Hibbs, you were on the track at all, weren't you?
Yeah, I practiced a lot this week. Unfortunately, I got a touch of the flu the last couple of days here. I'm still getting over it, so I unfortunately wasn't able to race last night. But through practice, it felt like the cars are snappy loose on exit, but super tight to the center. So kind of interesting to see if the trucks will have the same effect or not.
Oh yeah, it should be fun.
How
many of these guys do you think are drunk tonight?
Well, right now probably none of them, but after the race, all of them.
Yep, that's exactly how my night went last night.
Well, I could tell you, I know Anthony Thitchener is not in the booth with us tonight. He's actually doing race control. He said he'd come in if we need him to step in, which is good. You know, we might. Just depends on how tonight goes. I'm honestly thinking, as far as cautions, that 20-minute timer will not come into play, just because of how Martinsville is.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. And actually, well, how many races have we done this season in the trucks? Daytona, 2, right? And I don't think the caution clock came into play at all yet?
Once. It did come in once.
Okay, it did come in once, but yeah, you're absolutely right. It's not, I'd put money on the fact that it's not going to come into play tonight. Although the Cup race went pretty good last night, I was actually surprised the few green flag runs we did have. And you know what? A lot of those guys are in here, along with a lot of new recruits. These guys know what they're doing. They might surprise us.
I'm looking at the results here, and it looks like we only have 25 people running tonight. Are people just that worried about Martinsville, or do we just have that many people not willing to run trucks? I mean...
I'm not really sure what the problem is. A lot of people, I think, are just afraid of the short track stuff, or it just may not work in their schedule. I mean, this is something we got to work into our normal everyday lives as well. So,
yeah, I think you're right there, Hibbs. I think a lot of guys, I know a few guys had said, hey, I'm not going to be able to make it tonight. I'm out of town, or I got this going on, or I got that going on or whatever. Everyday life sometimes gets in the way. It did with me a couple weeks ago. I know it does with everybody, but get to Texas, do the trucks run at Texas. We'll probably be back up there to the 30, almost 40 drivers in here again, I'll bet.
I think the
hope
next
so.
truck race is next month in Kansas or something like that.
Kansas.
Yeah, they get a bunch of breaks.
Yeah, the next truck race is May 11th. The Toyota Tundra 250 at Kansas. That one's 117 laps.
I'll actually be at the race. My wife and I have season tickets for Kansas Motor Speedway. We go to the Cup and truck race in the spring, and then the Cup and Xfinity in the fall. It's a lot of fun. Spring race isn't good for me though. It's a night race, so you got all that drinking from freaking 9 o'clock in the morning to once they fire them engines up though, you wake right up. Seen a couple guys passed out sitting in the seats. I don't know how they do it, but I don't know, apparently can't hold their liquor.
Yeah, I go to the races down in Kentucky every year, and I don't know people who can sleep during these races. Even the truck races, man, they're so loud and so much fun. I don't know how people can fall asleep during these events.
Hell yeah, I hear you.
I just took some laps out here in the ghost truck, and everyone's right. It's really easy on entry, tight in the center, and easy off the exit. It's not as snappy loose as the Cup cars were. I just did 20 laps just to kind of see how it would drive, and it was pretty comfortable. It has a pretty decent setup under it, I would say. A little tight in center though, but that's about it.
I tried to mine out my wheel. I don't know, it needs to be calibrated or something. It wouldn't let me steer. So
Probably for the best.
yeah, probably.
I just want to throw a quick word out to the audience out there. We've got quite a few people watching this. Thank you guys for joining us back for ECR. I know it's been a month away. After this will be another month away. It's just how the schedule works. How is the quality looking out there tonight? I hope you guys are watching in the full 720p, 60 frames per second. I just want to know how much different it is compared to last week's, not last week's, but the last time I broadcasted through you guys.
Well, I know I'm sure some people answer in the chat as well, but I'm watching on my cell phone, and it's downright sexy, Scotty. It is. It looks good.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, I just want to compare it to last week. Not last week, but the last time we ran. Keep saying last week. We didn't race.
Everyone wishes we did though, including us.
Speaking of racing, just to let you guys know out there in the field, thank you, Lane, thank you, Josh Sheets, for letting us know that it's looking good. It's a brand new setup I'm using. So, speaking of racing, for you guys out there that don't know me personally or don't know what else I like to do, I'm actually part of the ECR Racing League now. I run Xfinity. I'm still not allowed for points, so I have to qualify in, of course. But I'm hoping that within the next couple of races, I get enough points to be locked in.
Yeah, man, you'll get it. Just stick with it. Get a couple of races under your belt. You'll be in there, no problem.
Yep, definitely. That's for sure.
I hope so. So these guys are out there qualifying now. They got 10 minutes to qualify. Is it 2 laps for qualifying?
Yeah, this is a new rule change that ECR just implemented over the last week, based on the feedback of our league members. A lot of people were complaining about the open qualifying, and it wasn't really working out for everybody. A lot of people were getting frustrated by it, wasn't able to put out their best lap down, and a lot of people were just doing race runs during qualifying. So to prevent that from happening, they changed the rule to where now they have 2 laps, single car or single track qualifying, and the fastest lap counts.
Yep, and this was actually brought up in an episode of the Hub there, where they tweak the rules a little bit as we go, try to make things work a little bit for everyone. Use the feedback, and of course the admins all get in their meeting and throw their feedback on it, which I think all of them are drivers, as a matter of fact. And even though ECR tries to keep things as similar to the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series and Xfinity Series and the Sprint Cup Series on Sunday, Friday, and Saturday, they try to keep everything as close as they can. Still, there's some things that the ECR tweaks to make things a little bit better for its drivers and, of course, the fans viewing.
Yeah, that's the one thing. Sorry about that. That's the one thing that I really enjoy about this league is that how close it is to actual NASCAR rules, if not right on top. That's a really good way to run a league, especially ones that shoot to be professional. To have those drivers try their best to work with each other. Everybody's got a different racing style. Everybody's trying to push for that front, and it's really great to see. There's rules. You're not gonna push somebody off the track because you want that first spot. No, you'll get penalized for it. And that's the way it is in real life.
Absolutely. You got your drama. You got your guys that kind of maybe race each other a little bit differently on the track. They got their things, but it's kept in check because NASCAR, of course, keeps on top of that stuff, and the ECR does as well. But it makes for some good racing. I do want to mention one thing is there, a fellow ECR member, our ECR brother, John Schweikart, is his cousin, I believe it was, passed away at a very young age, and just want to let him know that we're thinking about him. The ECR is really good about looking out for their own, even if it's just a message or of a couple words. Hey, we're thinking about you or whatever. But just want to let him know we're thinking about you, buddy.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely.
ECR is a really big family. Try to be a really big family, and we got people all over the United States racing, and it's a really, really good group of guys. You can check all these guys out with their Xfinity and with their cup at ecrleague.com. It's right in the description below. You can check out all their stats, the rules. It's a huge rule book, but it's there for a reason. You can check out the other broadcasters. You got Rudy Cummings of MaxB TV, and you got Aram Broadcasting that does the Xfinity races. Both those types of driving are really great. Here you see the trucks at the beginning, then you go to the Xfinity, and then you go to the Premier Cups. If you don't make it to the Cups, you drop back.
Yep, absolutely, and that's what makes the racing so great. I mean, look at last night at Martinsville. I mean, we had our troubles, but I mean, official rooms. You're looking at a caution first, second lap. We ran that first stint was 16 laps. I mean, we had our green flag runs in there where people and Rudy Cummings of MaxB TV even mentioned, hey, the guys are taking their time, they're picking and choosing, and it makes for some good racing with the rules are set in place, and they stick by them.
Yeah, I mean, even if you look at the racing in real life, actual NASCAR events, there is plenty of cautions there as well. I think short track racing is different from any other racing. I honestly believe that you need caution in these races, and we're always going to have caution in these races because it's close quarters. You're always bumping on somebody. You're pushing people out of the way. It's just the type of racing that this gives, and unfortunately, it gives us accidents too. It happens. It's the nature of the beast. It's nothing to be ashamed of or anything like that. It's just close quarters, fun racing.
Exactly. And Josh Sheets just reminded me, Mike Kinner, I forgot all about your broadcasting. I don't think I can't even remember why I forgot about it, but Mike also broadcasts from a cockpit view for all the races that he's a part of, and his broadcasts are great. And there's quite a bit of comedy, and it's just a little on the more higher PG-13, like the borderline PG-13 R side. So it's
yeah.
I'm glad to have him in here tonight.
Kenner.
Thanks for the plug. I appreciate it. Thanks, Josh. I'll say Sheets tonight. I got another name for my pal, Josh, but appreciate that. Appreciate the plug. But it's a lot of fun doing, man. I like I like getting in there and messing with you, like we were talking before. I get in there, talk on the mic on the driver's chat as Oh yeah, go ahead. Real nice guy. And then I got my own words that I say just to myself for the sake of entertainment, I guess you could say.
Yeah, Michael, we had Jason O'Connor here. He just said that your broadcast sucks. So I don't know if you have some words for him.
Jason O'Connor. Okay, I need a driver for the 72 truck in the truck series. Actually, Jason's actually been a faithful follower for quite a while of my stream, and he's actually debuting in the truck series. He was gonna tonight, but of course we know, like we say, life gets in the way sometimes, jobs, whatever. So he's gonna debut the next truck race. So hopefully it's a good run. He's gonna run for me. I'm gonna run the 74 part-time for Hell Yeah Racing. And Jason, he's gonna make out all right. He's still a douche, but hopefully things will make out all right.
Just want to have a keynote. We are keeping it professional here tonight. Just keep it to a very, very minimum.
Okay, you got it. I have been warned. That's my first warning. That's how many warnings do I get? Just
0.
one, right?
0.
Okay, all right. I got one warning in the
We
bank.
all say,
Actually, you
we
warned
all
me
say
before
a
the
different
stream
number.
started. You warned me before the stream started, so now I'm all out of warnings.
Now we'll be fine. We're just having some fun up here before the race gets started. I can't wait for this thing to get fired up, though.
And actually, we got the talking here. Didn't even get to look at. Are they still in practice, right?
No, they are qualifying right now. So far,
Okay,
Trevor
so we
McManus has got the pole so far.
Yeah, we're set. Oh man, there's some close times there, so this is going to be a good race.
Actually, if you look at second and third place, they got the exact same time as well as 11th and 12th. That's crazy.
Oh hell yeah! So far, the ones who have qualified first through 17th, it's separated by 0.4 of a second.
Yep, and while we're talking about qualifying, another rule that ECR implemented this week is it is now optional to qualify. So if you're at a track that's not your best fit in nature or whatever, you're just not comfortable, and you just feel better starting in the back, that is now an option. Before, you if you wanted to race, you had to qualify. Now that is off the table. If you don't want to qualify, that's your prerogative. You want to start in the back. A lot of people take that strategy, the Jimmy Johnson strategy, I guess you would call that. So I just want to bring that up while we're talking about qualifying.
Oh, by the way, we had a lot of more people come in tonight. It was only like 20, but now we're up to 30. But some of these people are doing race control, so we won't see that. We won't see them racing. So before we go to green here, I'm going to go ahead and switch to the national anthem. If you would all please rise and keep the mics quiet, I would appreciate that. Thank you.
Hope I didn't miss anything. I had to step away for just a couple seconds. I'm back. I didn't get kicked out of the booth, did I? Well done.
All right, thank you for joining us for the national anthem. We had a little commentary from Kid earlier. That's quite all right.
I apologize. I apologize about that. I had to step away real quick. I come back and I didn't hear nothing. I'm like, and then I looked on my phone. I was like, oh man. Apologize for that, folks.
You're all good. You're all good. A little bit of comedy during the national anthem. Never hurt anybody.
Do want to thank our military, though, all branches. I know, I'm not sure if we have any in our, it'd be interesting to know any in the ECR that are veterans, or I know Jeremy Rubin, he's
Yep,
serving.
he's in here.
I do know John Schweikart. His brother is a member of the Marines. Appreciate everything those guys do.
Yeah, and we actually have Jeremy running tonight. He's in the 34 truck. I believe his truck is the U.S. Army truck as well. That's where he serves for currently. He's active duty.
All right.
So thanks for your service, Jeremy. Appreciate it, brother.
Absolutely, brother.
Yes, thank you guys. We wouldn't be here without everybody that serves. So as we're looking at the results here after qualifying, you got Trevor McManus up front with Nicole Johnson, Scott Hunsinger, Rob Haynes, George Munger, Kenny Paul, Ken Ron, Anthony Thitchener, Douglas Hess, and Bobby O'Neill rounding out the top 10.
Yeah, we're in for a treat here. This is going to be fun.
Here. I think they're getting ready to go green here. So who's your guys' picks for this race? Let's go over that real quick. Kind of interested to see who you guys got.
Okay,
well,
hold on. Never mind. Those results aren't right. It hasn't updated yet. Just go with whatever's on screen. I see the 65 up front. It's 21 and 65. That's Josh Bland and
Trevor McManus.
And Trevor McManus up top. Yeah, that's my bet on that. Actually, that's IRTVO's bet on that.
I'll tell you what. Justin Bland won that cup race last night, and really, he wasn't the dominant car. Of course, we saw Brian Wilderson up front a lot. If Justin Bland can keep his truck clean and keep it up front, he knows how to drive here at Martinsville. That's obvious. But watch out for Michael Leiby. I've seen him race before. And old Ken Worley, he's back there too. You better look out. Anthony, man, there's a lot of guys to choose from. Even my buddy Gross close. I hope his lipstick looks good.
Oh, man. Yeah, I agree 100%. The pace car's pulling off here, and my race pick's going to be the 65 truck. I know Green's not a good caller to be racing with because it's got bad luck apparently, but Justin, he knows how to run here, and here they go.
Having the last name McKinnon is bad luck.
And Trevor McManus here, he got a really good jump on that restart.
Well, he sure did. They were 3 wide there through the corner, but they kept her clean.
I'm betting on Trevor McManus to win here. I mean, he's been running really good through practice and everything, and it really seemed to pay off, especially after 175 laps. That may seem like a lot, but honestly, they're 20-second laps, 21-second laps, something like that.
Exactly.
Yeah, currently they're running 22-second laps currently, so yeah, they're pretty quick laps here.
They will fly by. And these guys keep it clean through the going into lap 3 here. They're keeping it clean for the first 3. So.
Yeah, they're doing a good job right now. I'm really impressed by this. Everyone's giving each other room. There's almost a perfectly even amount of space per truck for the first 10, 12 trucks up there in the top 10, and then they get a little bit bottlenecked after that. But a lot of these guys are doing a great job of being patient, just letting the race come to them, getting used to their truck, seeing how it's going to handle, and just running a good race. It's really cool to see this right now.
Yep, hell yeah. And we go back to those rules that we were talking about before, Scotty. There's some rules about practices that you need to run. There's practice races. You can never say that you can't get enough practice in the ECR because they host more practice races than you can shake your head at. There's a 2 or 3 hour, 2 hour practice, almost 3 hours before the race on race day. So if you don't get enough practice in, they make you start in the back. There's consequences. They don't want you up here stinking the show up at the beginning of the race if you don't know what your truck or your car is going to do.
Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And there's also practice races prior to the race day. Very long sessions. They got a 2-hour practice session prior to on every series that we run, plus a full practice race to see where you qualify in. Just to know that you're going to keep that set up well. For trucks and Xfinity, they're fixed, but for cups, it's really necessary for those practices because you want to know where your car is going to run, how it's going to run, especially after long run races, and to make sure you want to either keep it or tweak it.
Hell yeah.
And as we're talking here, Justin Bland just passed Trevor McManus there for the lead. It looked like Trevor kind of gave it up to him. He knew he saw him come in the mirror, said, you know what, you're faster. This race is really just go on by. So we got a new leader up here, guys.
You know what? And Justin, yeah, he's a veteran in the league. Trevor, even though he's got that R next to his name for rookie, that just we stress it over and over again. Not necessarily a rookie to iRacing, but to the ECR. But like you said, Justin, he probably just said, you know what? All right, Trevor, probably just go ahead and go. I'll follow you for a while and keep it clean. As these guys are coming almost lap 10, keeping it clean.
Yeah, they're doing a great job. And even as I see, there's still passing going on through the field. Everyone's just giving everyone as much room as they can. They understand this is a long race and there's a lot of laps. Even though they're quick laps, there's still laps. And you got to be able to take care of your truck because the wreck truck ain't going to win the race. So it's cool to see everyone giving each other room still, even throughout this point. And even when people are passing, there's a lot of give and take.
Yep, absolutely. Scotty, you said you run full-time in Xfinity? Or you're running full-time trucks? Or no, you can't do trucks because you're broadcasting. But
I can't do trucks because I broadcast. No, I run.
I do.
I run full-time for Xfinity for Trevor McManus' team, the Bump and Run team. I still have to qualify because I'm not locked in for points. My actual first race was at Auto Club, and I finished 25th out of 32 or 33.
All right, hell yeah.
Heck yeah, man.
For the first time actually running with you guys as a league and not just off-season, it really gave me a chance to see how you guys run, and I, really enjoyed to be able to do that.
That actually, you bring that up. You race with these guys week in and week out, just like NASCAR on Sunday. They run with the same guys. So Matt Kenseth knows how Joey Logano drives. Denny Hamlin knows how this guy drives. So you make your decisions on the racetrack to what that guy does, whether it's a wrong thing, it's just the way he drives. You get into in here, that makes it comfortable. That's why we're seeing this green flag coming to lap 15. You get into those public rooms on iRacing, the NIS series, which I don't know how many of those you guys, I try to run some, but how many of those you don't know what this guy's going to do, so he does something stupid. Okay, well, all right, here it goes. And then it's over. These guys, if you got a guy that's aggressive, you'll just let him go. Let him be aggressive. That's fine. But it's all about knowing how those guys drive and knowing these competitors week in and week out.
Yeah, that's what I love about league racing. Scotty brought it up earlier. We have a lot of practices in our league. We don't do that because it's fun to practice. Nobody likes to practice. It's not really that fun. Even in these fixed series that we have where you're not even working on a setup. We do that so you can go out there and run with these guys and see how they run, get used to how they run. If someone's more aggressive, then okay, when he's in the mirror, he's going to try to maybe bump me out of the way, especially at a track like this. It just helps you build relationships with the guys, and that's why I love this league. Everyone's typically in those practice sessions. We're doing the practicing. We do practice races throughout the whole week, and it's one big ECR family. I know we say that a lot. It sounds like a cliche, but man, you really have to be here to believe it. It's a lot of fun in this league.
Yep, exactly. As Josh says, he wants to see some side-by-side racing in the back, but I think it's just like DW says, a conveyor belt all the way around this thing.
Yeah, I have it on a blimp view on my screen. I can see the entire track, and it literally is just one stream of trucks around the whole track. Everyone is just lined up, just going around, making laps, and trying to let's drive to the next pit stop. And speaking of running laps, Justin Bland, he got the lead and took off. He's at a 2.5 second advantage right now.
Yeah, and I wonder if he's not burning his stuff up, if he's, you know what I mean, if Trevor's just kind of hanging out, because Trevor's not really pulling away. These guys back here are staying pretty even. I wonder if Justin's not burning his stuff up.
Yeah, I mean, you can't really say it's a setup because they're all the same setup, so that's something to look at. That may be something, he might be out there just excited for what happened last night and just overdriving the truck, letting his emotions take over. So we'll have to keep an eye on him and see how this turns out. I see approaches some lap cars here, so we'll get some side-by-side action here before you know it.
Hell yeah. How many laps can we go before they're going to need to scream for tires and fuel?
I'm not sure. I'm going to probably say around maybe 50. I'm really not sure, though. It's going to be interesting to keep an eye on that.
And we got this caution clock in play too. I mean, here we are on lap 21. I mean, what are we looking at for time? I don't know, Scotty, you got a timer going or anything, or?
Anthony's going to be in charge of that. I haven't bothered with a timer because it just hasn't been working out for the overlay.
Okay, 10-4.
Gotcha.
So we'll have to play that one by ear, I suppose.
And from what you guys were saying earlier about the conveyor belt, I did a blimp view just as you were saying it, Matt, and everybody is running single file. They're not pushing too hard. They don't want to wear their trucks out too much. It's a long race. I mean, there's still 150 laps ahead of them, just to think about that.
I'm not really that good at math, and correct me if I'm wrong, anybody in the audience that's out there. I kind of just did some quick math in my head. I think lap 50 is where we're going to be at caution clock-wise. So 50 laps caution clock will come out if we stay green for that amount of time. So something to keep an eye on that and see if my math is really that good or not.
Okay, and what did we figure for maybe fuel run or tires?
I think fuel and tires, if we can run a full caution clock time, I think they'll be okay the whole time.
Yep, that's what I was wondering then. So we won't see green flag pit stops probably then.
At this rate, it looks like probably not. It looks like the caution clock. I don't want to jinx anything. This has been some great, caution-free racing, but it looks like tonight, this is going to be the night where the caution clock's really going to come into play. And if you would have told me that Martinsville was going to be the race to do that, I would have not believed you at all.
Yeah, I would have lost money on that bet. I'm not kidding you.
I'm watching Ken Ron here, and it seems like he's not having a good time on this track tonight at all. He's a lot of laps down right now, and he just keeps getting passed. I don't know if he just can't get the right groove, or if he's just bidding his time, waiting for those cautions. I mean, what would your guys' strategy be here?
I see a little bit of damage on his truck. I mean, here at Martinsville, it can't be slowing him down at all. I mean, he's just kind of moving out of the way. I mean, he's got to remember that he's going to be fighting for a lucky dog here with the next guy that goes lap down. But my strategy would be, especially looking at lap 26, we're green. Boy, I better stay on this lead lap or at least the first car. Yeah. Oh, I must be behind a little bit. But my strategy would be try to stay on the lead lap or at least be the first car one lap down if I'm in Ken Ron's shoes.
Yeah, in a race like this, I was telling my guys on my team before the cup race yesterday, it is so hard to pass someone at this track. You want to qualify up front, and you want to be up front the whole race. If you can't do that, it's going to be super, super hard to race. And as I was saying that, actually our race controller came across and said that they were at the 10-minute mark for the timer. So my math was off by a little bit. Sorry, guys, I'm not the best math person out there, but so about 30 laps, we got about halfway through the caution clock timer. So around lap 60, I think we'll see that caution come out if we go that long.
It's going to be interesting. If this is some good homework for Justin Bland right here. If he can run the full 20 minutes, he'll know that's at least going to happen every time. If he can run it hard and not, he's going to run like this the rest of the race. That's what I would do.
We're in the cockpit right now, Justin Bland, and I'm watching him steer here, and he's doing some crazy steering going on. His gauges won't update just because that's how a spectator works, but just his steering alone, I mean, you could see how hard he's pushing, but not enough to slow down. He's got almost a 4-second lead on Trevor McManus.
Yeah, I didn't even think about what Kenner just said there. I mean, that's a very good point. He could be out there using this first run to push his truck to the absolute limits just to see what it does for the caution clock timer, because we only have 20 minutes before the caution comes out, and if he feels comfortable with it, if we're driving it all out for the whole 20 minutes, and then there might be any reason at all to not go all out every lap this race. So that's a really good strategy. I never even thought about that.
Yeah, exactly. And then Josh Sheets, he's mentioning in the chat about that incident limit. I know in the Cup Series it was 16 last night. I was a victim of that. I'm not sure. Is it the same here? Or?
No, it's 21, I think.
Okay. Yeah, so you got the incident limit. You scraped that wall. I couldn't get off the wall last night, I'll tell you. I beating and banging into people's bumpers and everything else. I was driving like a lunatic last night, but I ended up getting DQ'd because I hit my 16 incident limit. These guys got to watch that too. You brush the wall, you get a You get a 2X, you get a 4X, you hit somebody, you get involved in something that might not even be your fault. You might be a victim of that.
It might be a little lower. I'd have to look over the rulebook again, but the incident rate is higher than Xfinity because
I do believe it's
it should be because this is the beginning class basically. Then you go to Xfinity, which is still fixed, and then Cups is where you really want to show what you got. It's open sets. They're running. Every car is different that runs in that field, unless you're part of a team and using the same setups. But everybody drives different.
That's a good point. And the way these guys are driving right now, they won't have to worry about that incident limit, I don't think.
No, these guys are keeping it really clean after
aggressive.
lap 37. I mean, this, I've been doing the rated at Martinsville, and after like lap 4, there's already a caution. It's, this is right here. This is what racing, especially iRacing, should be.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like I was saying before that, I mean, these guys aren't really being aggressive. They're just kind of letting the race come to them. And it's a different take on a race like this. I haven't really seen anything like this here. But, I mean, especially for these truck series, man, it's really fun to watch. It's really nice to see that. And I don't think the incidents will be a problem tonight because of that.
Yep, exactly. And I'm watching Ken Ron, and yeah, either he's not comfortable with the setup, or he just, I mean, something. Maybe that damage is affected. I can't see. It don't look like much, but he's gone 2 laps down, and he's just kind of. It just seems like he's struggling with his truck tonight here.
He got I was watching a nose view from someone that was right behind him, and he's spinning a little bit in the corners. He's losing it. I don't know what's going on with his truck tonight, which is unfortunate because he's usually right up in the front with all these races, and especially with all the different series that ECR holds.
It's like he's coming almost to a stop to get through the corner. I wonder if that you were talking that was tight there. I wonder if it's just become so damn tight that he's just got to back it up that much.
Yeah, I'm something else I was thinking about too. You mentioned that this is a thick setup, and we all know that when you make your own setup for the Cup Series, not everybody likes the same setup. So that could be a key demonstration of that. This could be a setup that's well suited for somebody like Justin, but Ken Ron, it's just not his style of race truck, and it's just not meshing up with his driving style.
Yeah, exactly. And I've had that happen. 5 minute. We got 5 minutes for the caution clock to come on. And yeah, Hibbs, you're exactly right. I've had that happen before in fixed public rooms. You get into a room somewhere, and I particularly like a little bit looser car. And sometimes you get into those ones that are a little bit tighter, and you shouldn't have to change your driving style, but you almost have to. The way you attack the corner and everything, and that's hard for a driver to do when it's a force of habit. It may take him half the race to get that down,
Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, I'm in the cockpit of Trevor McManus here, and watching him driving, it looks pretty close to Justin Bland, but Justin's just 3.5 seconds ahead. I mean, whatever he's doing it right, but that caution clock's going to come up. Probably, you're right, on lap 50. That's pretty good timing for that.
I hope it's lap 50 because it would have told me that my original math was correct. I'm not really the best at math, so it would probably make me feel a lot better about myself.
Me either. So I was going with what you said. So if it was wrong, I could just say, well, that's what he said.
Yeah, just blame it on me. No big deal.
And Bland, he is having a hell of a race here. This is a good. I mean, if he's got a little notebook next to him, he's writing her down as he scrapes the wall a little bit. But that ain't gonna hurt him. But this is some information I know I like to have. Okay, well, I drove that thing hard. I pulled away. Okay, I could do this the rest of the race, and I'm not going to worry about somebody catching me on a long run or anything else. So he'll just keep doing what he's doing. Then, as I say that, watch him take 2 tires when they pit or some stupid crap like that.
I don't know if anybody will gamble that
Hell no.
like that early. Maybe at the end. It's something else to think about. Is they're giving these warnings out to these drivers. You have 5 minutes. You have 10 minutes for a caution clock. Now, what do we think about maybe if somebody pits the last minute, just trying to time that to try to have the advantage on the next restart from the caution? Because when the caution comes out, everyone's going to pit. But if you pit before that caution comes out, then you're going to be the leader when everybody comes in pits. So it's kind of interesting to see if somebody will take that strategy or not.
Yeah, that's a good way of looking at it. And thinking, well, Martinsville, you're going to go a minimum of 3 laps down, I would think, right? If you make a green flag pit stop.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
So that's going to be it. But we got some big tracks coming. Now, that's something to think about. You get close to that 20-second clock, and you may shoot in there, take your 4 tires or whatever, come back out, maybe stay on the lead lap perhaps, or maybe the first car 1 lap down. You're leading the race. That's a good point.
Yeah, if you can, like someone like Justin, who has 4 seconds on second place and 19 seconds on the last dude on the lead lap, if he can time it just right with the caution clock, I think he can still get on the pit road and be in his pit box when the caution comes out and not be penalized at all for any of this and really capitalize from it. But I don't know if he's going to do that. It's kind of interesting to watch and see what happens.
Yeah, that's something to think about, though. I mean, that caution clock that caution clock does throw a lot of different strategies at these crew chiefs. I mean, these guys cannot have crew chiefs in here, of course, but at a driver doing the math and things like that, depending on where you're sitting, how your car's handling, or your truck, it throws a lot of different things in the mix. I mean, a lot of people said they're not going to like this 20-minute caution clock, but it does throw a little bit different mix there.
Yeah, we have drivers that are asking about the time, and I think someone just said 2 minutes remaining here. So
I wonder if they're ready for tires.
Well, I bet you they are. It's been 53 laps, and they're out there running around.
I'm impressed
not too
with
far off their race pace. They were about 21 seconds on their race at the beginning of this run. Now they're at 22 seconds, so they're not a whole lot of fall off there.
Yeah, I am definitely impressed with the way these guys are running tonight. I was hoping I could call some guys out, but they're not going to let me.
No, I've been watching Josh Mayo here. He's been getting on that outside line. He lost quite a few positions there in the last couple of laps. I don't know if it's just getting too loose for him. He's having to back way down, or if he's just bidding his time. I mean, they're coming real close to that caution clock, so that's really going to be the key factor right there. If we can run this race with only the caution clock, that right there just proves how talented these guys are to run with each other.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, I keep saying it, I sound like a freaking repeat box, but it's true. I mean, you don't find this type of racing unless it's the big leagues that are on the hub. But you get the hub quality racing right here with ECR.
Yep, absolutely. Now here we are with our caution clock. That was a very good run.
Yep, and looks like we got our first caution here for the caution clock. I never thought we would have had this at Martinsville, but it's awesome to see it. It's good driving out there.
And looks like Justin's going in the pits. Let's go to a quick commercial break here, guys. Just to hear a word from the Rug Rack.
The Rug Rack and Home Decor, where knowledge and quality matter.
Alright, and that was the Rug Rack and Home Decor. And looks like both 21, 65, and 11 are getting 4 tires. And Justin's Bland is out. Ooh, pulled right out of front of 4. 4 almost got into the lead. That would have changed a lot right there.
Yeah, and something to keep an eye on here as these guys get recruited back up that I had issues with during testing. I didn't get to race at all, but there's a wreck at the entrance of the exit of the pit road there. I'm not sure what happened. We take a look at that.
Yeah, 61 is around.
There's a couple of trucks in there hitting each other on the exit. But as I was saying, this pit road speed is 35 miles an hour. And at all the tracks we've been to, they've been right about an average of 50 miles an hour. So yeah, that's something you have to get used to. There's going to be a lot of speeding penalties, I think. There was a lot last night. I got a lot during testing, which was frustrating. So I'm not even racing, but the iRacing still kept giving me those black flags for it. So it'd be kind of interesting to see if that comes into play at all here.
Yeah, absolutely.
looking back at that replay here, and yeah, 31 got inside. Oh, yeah, they both smacked. They were both inside each other. I don't know if netcode had to do with that, but it didn't look like a lot of damage. It looks like Josh Mayo is bumped up. His hood's bending a little bit, but I don't think that's really gonna, prohibit him from gaining. It might. I mean, I don't know. It's gonna really depend here tonight how good he can run. He's got a little bit of damage in the rear too.
All right, man. Lights it back on the pace car. We're not going green this time.
Yeah, and that damage here, Martinsville isn't really aerodynamic dependent like some of our 1.5 miles and whatnot. But you damage that front end, may cause you to overheat. So that's one thing you may want to watch too.
Yeah, and as these guys get gridded back up here, our race controller that just extended out the caution. That's something we're going to see probably, I think, during every caution, because we have a lot of guys, that's out here on the track, and trying to get everybody gridded up in just 1 or 2 laps at Martinsville is super, super hard to do that. So you'll see them extend the cautions out quite a bit here, just to give each other a little bit more time, 1 extra lap here to get gridded up and make sure everything's slowed down for the restart.
Yep, and that is a good call on their part. I mean, I don't know how NASCAR can keep up with all of it on Friday or Saturday or Sunday when they do it at a place like this. But the admins and race control and everything, everybody's doing a really good job of keeping this thing clean, making sure there's no unfair black flags or anything like that.
Absolutely. I mean, Justin Bland with the restart there, he had a really big jump on that restart.
Already a half second ahead on that restart. That's crazy. And just to inform you guys out there and us in the broadcast booth, we have 17 people watching right now.
Heck yeah!
Oh yeah!
Thanks so much, guys. You guys are awesome for watching us. And
thanks,
any
guys.
feedback's appreciated. If we annoy you, if you don't like me, just let me know. I won't be back up here. If you love me, let me know. I'll try to be up here every week that I can.
All right. Let me put something in the chat here. Hashtag kick Hibbs. Hashtag kicks.
I can do it right back to you, Kevin.
We got some guys running side by side right now, coming as we are back to green for the first couple laps. I think this is just due to everyone being so close together, but I think it's going to go back to that conveyor belt, single line, really watching what they're doing. We're on lap 65 here, guys. This is freaking great. We've only been racing for 30 minutes now, and this is I haven't seen this much clean racing in a long time.
Absolutely. They're too wide here at about 7th, 8th, 9th, and they're still keeping it clean. But I'll tell you what, how many laps is this?
175.
Well, we get down there at about 150 laps. Oh man, they're gonna get nasty.
Yeah, I was about to say that. They're calm, cool, and collected now. Wait for the lap times to get, or the lap counter to get down. And that last caution, caution. Once that comes out, there's no more Mr. Nice Guy. We'll probably see a good amount of cautions towards the end, because people, they're not going to be nice like they are now. They're going to bump and run. They're going to pinch people, squeeze people. I mean, it's a short track racing, and you're going to see it all at its very finest.
And as you guys are seeing here in the broadcast, that 93 at Donnie James was running with Chuck Harrell for a little bit. Now the 52's out in front of him. They're going back single file. I mean, they're trying to run double, but I don't think it's going to work. That you really want to get that single file. I mean, you're not going real fast here, and it just seems that it's really relies on what your truck's going to run.
Yeah, absolutely. And Donnie James, him and I got some history. He calls everybody out in the cup races for some reason over the mic. Now, it's because he's a race controller. He's supposed to do that. It's his job. And he does a really good job doing it. I wouldn't want to be a race controller, but he's running really good. Donnie James is good. I do like his truck. I want to mention that Autism Speaks. This April, it's Autism Awareness Month, man. And that's good-looking paint on that thing.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you run your run that on your scheme every week, Kenner, and I will be for this entire month of April for Autism Speaks. I will be racing that as my primary sponsor of my Cup car. So look out for that on Max BTV.
That's awesome. I remember a paint scheme you did here a while back, Hibbs. It was really, really cool. You had a bunch of puzzle pieces on there, and it blended it in with your Mountain Dew, and it looked really good. Of course, my granddaughter was autistic, and so this is a big month. We got a big race, Scotty. I hope you don't mind me plugging this. We got a big race coming up here at the end of April. It's the second annual Rail-In 300. We're going to run at Charlotte Motor Speedway night. Posted a couple times. We got some stuff in the works for some sponsors and stuff like that, but we're going to give away some cash. Last year, we ran it last April. It was the first annual. We ran it at Atlanta, and we raised $1,400 for the Autism Society. And
that's awesome.
All the money that was won, we gave over $400 in cash prizes for hard charger and first, second, and third. All the money that was won was sponsored by local businesses here in town. So all the money that the drivers donated to race and to be eligible to race all went to the Autism Society. So it was a lot of fun to do. Rudy broadcasted it for free. He's going to broadcast this one this year for free. And it's a really good time, and it's good to see everybody come out for a good cause,
And
Absolutely. I know I'll be there for sure.
And just to mention, that is part of the iRace for Awareness page. You guys also saw the Winter Challenge, which was broadcast by me and by Louise, who would be in here tonight, but he had other things he had to do. But that was also part of Awareness, and, thank you, Mike Kinner, for allowing us to do that as well. And
yeah, you bet. I mean, thank you for broadcasting. I want to thank Luis especially for mounting that whole thing up. That was, a 4-race series, and it went so good. It was a lot of fun to watch, and it wasn't raising money for anything or anything like that. I mean, it was just some guys had some different paint schemes on their car, and it was the iRace for Awareness is just raising awareness for different things that affect families and their friends, and anything you want on your vehicle, just to raise awareness. Just somebody sees it and says, "Oh, I wonder what that's about." And as we got some smoke here, and
there.
Connie James,
Michael Leiby got hit a little bit. Was rearing in a little bit.
Yeah, he's got some damage.
Yeah, and he actually just got the 91 just got a warning from race control for aggressive driving and being too aggressive with someone's bumper there. So I'm not sure if that had anything to do with that smoke you guys saw there.
And that is the 91 of Bobby O'Neill, and he's going into the pits.
He's heading to the pits.
He could have got a black flag for that. That is one of the rules. If you are aggressively driving, which sounds silly, but there are times that you can be too aggressive and could cause a caution. And to prevent that, race controllers, if they see it, they will black flag you for it. So I'm wondering if they got a black flag for that.
Which, is, as you said, it's part of the rules. That's how ECR keeps it clean. That's why these rules are in place. It's basically like NASCAR. You're driving in a simulation. You want to be as close to what the real life is. I mean, given the limitations of what iRacing holds, I mean, there's no green, white, checkered, but, but the biggest thing that's coming, you guys, I don't know if anyone in the audience knows this. I would hope they do. If they don't, we are getting dirt racing coming to iRacing.
Heck yeah, I can't wait for that. I saw that on April 1st, and all the haters out there were like, "Oh, it's fake, it's April Fool's, April Fool's." But nothing that iRacing posted said that it was a April Fool's joke. Last year they did that and kind of got everybody worked up saying they're going to switch to tablets. I mean, that was kind of unbelievable to begin with. But at the end of the articles, all of them said it was an April Fool's joke. This time, there was no joke involved. It's all real stuff. I'm so excited. I can't wait.
Yeah, same here. I mean, it's going to be a lot of fun. I don't know. You guys ever play that old console game, Dirt to Daytona?
Yes, sir.
Hell yeah, that was awesome, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. I love that.
We're having a little, looks like Justin Bland's having a little network issues. I hope it's not on my end. He's going in and out a little bit. Said it might be him, it might be me, but let's hope not.
Yeah, he's flashing just a little bit. Nothing too bad. Just an occasional blink every once in a while.
I know it looks like it allowed Rob Hayes to catch up real quick. And Rob Miller's in third.
Yeah, I've been keeping an eye on Justin and Rob Haynes up there. Justin's pulled away, about almost 5 seconds from nobody this time, which is even a bigger gap than last time. But Rob Haynes, this entire run, has been right there, pretty close to his bumper. Here, right now, he's back about 1.1 seconds, but he's been able to keep it closer than anybody else has tonight. I think that's pretty interesting to keep an eye on.
Yep, exactly. I think this fixed setup, however it may be, of course, Justin running off that momentum, like you said, from last night. But this setup, the way it is, maybe right in those guys' wheelhouse, the way they like to feel that car.
And just want to go ahead.
I was just going to say, someone called it out in here that they're going to be calling the 65 truck and cup car for extra inspection this week since he's running away with the race today. Brian Wilson said that in our chat here. So it's kind of funny to see that. He's just saying that because Justin's running away with this race today, and then he won yesterday pretty soundly too.
Yeah, I see it. My old buddy Brian Wilderson. Yeah, get me going on that guy. No, Brian's a good man. I mean, he's one of those guys you talk about at the beginning of the race. And, Justin Bland, how can you deny him after last night and then what he's got going on tonight? And as we have a caution.
Yeah, we have a caution at the 10-minute warning. It looks like the 56 truck spun around.
That's the 56 of George Munger. Let's take a look here real quick.
As Brian Wilderson says, Scotty B has to broadcast a Saturday Night Dirt Series next season.
Oh, yeah.
I'll be in there racing. If you guys make it happen, I'll race it.
Yeah, he got a little loose. Took a little bit to the wall, but not enough to really damage him, I don't think.
No, I think his truck's going to be just fine.
Yeah, his truck looks good. Because I just want to point something out for people who may have just joined us here in the broadcast. We literally just went 90 laps at Martinsville before we got our first true caution. How crazy is that? Have you guys ever seen anything like this before?
No, never.
Yeah, that's awesome. You barely see that on Sunday or the truck race on Friday or Saturday whenever they happen to run. That just shows the caliber of drivers that are in here.
Yeah, and this is our entry level for ECR too. This is we have a lot of veterans in here, but this, like, when you join our league and you just want to work your way up the ranks, this is where you start. So out of all the series we have the least amount of experience, and I'm not talking about being on iRacing. I'm talking about racing together as a group of guys. We have the least amount of experience in this series than any other series in our league as far as racing together as a group of guys here. So it's really impressive to see that even at the bottom ranks here we have, that we're still able to put on great shows like this. I'm really impressed.
And I'm not really sure.
Absolutely.
I'm not really sure how the Trevor McManus, he fell back quite a few positions. He was running second for quite some time, and now, I'm not really sure.
I think I noticed that too myself, Scotty. I think he might have had some trouble with that last round of pit stops when they were pitting there. I think. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's what happened.
Yeah, it could be. This is the second narrowest, I think it's the right word to explain this, pit road in all of NASCAR. The only pit road that is more narrow than this one is Indianapolis. Obviously, that one's a lot longer, though, and the pit boxes are bigger, so it kind of makes up for that. But the pit boxes are small. The pit road is super, super narrow, and you gotta slow down and give and take on the pit road. So sometimes you just get stuck in bad situations and lose spots.
We're looking at the top 10 here, and it's Justin Bland in first, Rob Haynes in second, Ron Miller in third, Christopher Munger in fourth, Chuck Harrell in fifth, Scott Hunsinger in sixth, Jai Hatterack in seventh, Trevor McManus in eighth, Michael Labey in ninth, and Donnie James in 10th.
Get them all bunched up again here and get them going again. Should pull somebody down the next time they have a caution here, Scotty.
Well, let's hope there isn't one. I don't mind pulling someone down, but, let's get some green flag racing like we have had here, which is amazing.
Wait until Justin Bland's on the last lap, ready to win this thing, coming out of turn 3, and then drag him down. That'd be funny.
Yeah, absolutely. But like, oh man, we must have been on a different broadcast or something. We thought the race was over. Sorry about that.
No, no. I mean, even though it sounds nice, but it would not be good. That would definitely be a. I think that would definitely be a.
Wow, Justin got a big restart.
Boy, he did.
Rob Haynes didn't. Man.
I think Rob. I mean, he's stuck on the outside, and that's a tricky place to be on that outside. But Rob, the way he was running, I'm pretty sure he'll get back up there. He'll play it clean. He'll take his time, and I think he'll be right back up there with him again. So we got Michael Leiby and Trevor McManus side by side. Trevor caught on the outside, along with Donnie James there in the 93 truck.
No, I think if we did that, we'd be all on probation.
Yeah, I think you're right.
That's not good for business, I don't think.
my buddy David Grossclose back here in 14th. Pull him down here real quick, and I'm going to be like, 3 wide. Carlo. See if I can get him a wreck.
Oh, man.
These guys, I'm doing a suspension camera, and these guys are running. They're giving each other enough room, but they're still running close at the same time, trying to get whatever draft they can going. 50 to 60 miles an hour in the corners.
Yeah, these guys are doing a hell of a job tonight here.
This is super impressed. Like, I wasn't impressed by that first run, but in the back of my head I kept saying, let's see if they can do this again. And they did. They went another 10 minutes without any cautions, and the one caution was just a little stealth spin that happens every once in a while. Nothing to be ashamed of. It happens to everybody. This is great. We're at 100 laps right now. We've had one true caution. I'm blown away. This is amazing.
Yeah, absolutely.
We had Donnie James running on the inside here, making it too wide for a little while, just enough for a lap or two. These guys are trying to keep it single file. You see number 5 of AJ Scarborough has a little bit of front end damage, but as you were saying earlier, Kenner, the airflow is not airflow, but this aerodynamics isn't really a big thing here. It's just about knowing how to push your line through the corner, not giving it too much gas coming out, and just holding off until the very end to really push your truck to the limit.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing of running the cup races, we say that they're open setups, so a guy can adjust his car to suit his driving style. If these trucks are a little bit tight, they may be able to really get on that gas coming off the corner. I know in the cup race we saw a lot of self spins. Well, some people set their loose is fast if you can drive it that way, and sometimes you just touch that gas a little bit, and of course all the horsepower. But if this setup is indeed a little bit tight, they're going to burn up that right front, but that may be preventing some self spins like we saw the other night. But that open setup does open that window for guys to drive a car a little bit more out of control. The iRacing basic setups are real easy to drive, basically. Yes. Well, they're not easy, but still, easier than if you set them up on your own.
Well, they're a little bit more stable most of the time, and
right.
Depending on what track they are, depending on how you drive, you might think it's more tight or more loose and like it or not. But you're right. Typically, a loose car or truck is fast, and a lot of people like to do that because everyone wants to be fast. So in our Cup Series, people make loose setups to be faster. Sometimes they get out of our hands. That's part of the game. You want to be as fast as you can, because if you make a car that handles good, you're going to be made pack the whole race. Like, you have to have a good mix of handling and speed, and we're pushing these things to the limits. Even these trucks here tonight, they could wreck at any point because they're driving the heck out of these things.
Yes, they are. I'm watching John Cottle's gyro cam here, and these guys are bumping the wall a little bit coming out of 4 and 2. I don't know if they're just getting too loose. I know John Cottle got a little loose, and he's running a very super cool Mountain Dew car here tonight. It's all blue and everything. I love that paint scheme. I just wanted to mention that real quick. But as you see, Trevor McManus here is in 10th after running second pretty much, for 50, 60 laps.
Yeah, and I believe he restarted there too, didn't he? So it's so hard to pass here at Martinsville. You get stuck up on that outside and you're freight trained, and it's basically he's probably just picking and choosing and just waiting. But you know what? They're running out of laps here real fast the longer they run green.
Exactly. And you see,
absolutely.
You see, Jai is getting back a little bit. I think he tapped the ball a bit, lost some speed. He's getting pushed behind. He's now in 11th, number 11.
Yeah, he's got a little bit of damage on his truck, so I think you're right. And we're gonna get down. Excuse me, guys. We're gonna get down to it here. Well, when did they restart?
Lap 98, I think, 96, something around there.
Yeah,
So-
sounds about right.
We probably got about 5 minutes off that clock. Add another 10 to that. We're gonna be it's gonna get good. If we run this down to this caution clock, that might put us into a window where people are gonna start driving crazy.
As you see the 57 and 55 here running side by side. Oh, a little bit of contact. You don't want to get inside that bubble or else netcode will happen. I've been noticing with the DirectX 11 update, there's been a lot more netcode issues than there should be. I've run into quite a few myself, just racing outside of the league. What is your guys' take on that?
I've mentioned this before. I've been a victim of netcode, and I've also been a guy that has unfortunately taken someone out because of a netcode issue. I picture it as one of those unknowns because in iRacing we don't have blown tires, we don't have things that just happen that just break or whatever. But you got to keep in mind when you're racing around these guys that there is that chance, especially the more vehicles that are in the server. So you just got to give that little bit of room. Although you do want to lean on a guy and get a little bit close, you do have to keep in mind that you might want to give that extra little 6 inches to a foot or whatever.
Yeah, I think what a lot of the netcode issues is with the updates is like before everyone ran DirectX 9. Now we have a lot of guys running DirectX 9 still, and some guys running DirectX 11. I think a lot of that was causing the netcode issue to be higher than what it was before. Is people are running 2 different platforms, and it's not meshing correctly in their coding. I'm not sure if that's even possible to make a bigger issue out of that, but I really think that's part of it, because I've noticed it as well since the last update, and they brought out DirectX 11. There has been quite a bit more netcode than we've seen, and it's been under bigger gaps too.
Yeah, I think those guys that are using DX9, we have a caution on the track. Chad Canales wants to know what the F the caution is for. He just said in my ear.
Can you guys point out where it was?
I don't see anything on the track.
No way, it was the clock.
It definitely was not the clock. Yeah.
No, it was not thrown by a. It was not thrown by an admin. I thought maybe the 61 had some damage, but maybe not. Not hearing anything on the driver channel.
Anthony, could we get a copy in the chat to see what's going on down there?
Yeah, I'm trying to look back here myself. I'm not really seeing any contact with anybody or anything going on. Might have just been an iRacing glitch or something.
That or somebody could have just spun it around, not hit anything, and just iRacing through that caution, maybe traffic coming, and they just got it going before we could really get a look. But
oh, actually, what it was on lap 117, going into turn 1, the number 3 of Chuck Harrell went around a little bit and got into the grass and spun around a little bit. So if you can go back to that, Scotty, and show everybody what happened there. He didn't go around all the way, but just enough to call the caution.
I don't know if I can go back that far.
Okay.
119,
But-
yeah, it's only letting me go back to 120.
Okay, yeah, it was actually 117, but yeah, that's what happened. Chuck Carroll went down into turn 1 and got loose getting into the corner and kind of just whipped it around a couple of times, and so.
Well, hopefully he's no damage there. I mean, but that gives us. Oh, I mean, where are we at? Lap 121. So yeah, we're coming down to it. Not quite close enough for guys to start getting crazy, but you never know. But Scotty, I did want to mention that I know Rudy has. I'm not sure exactly how it works, but I think when the caution comes out, he has a button he can hit, and it automatically directs him to the crash. I don't know if that's something that you are able to put on, or maybe you might want to talk to. I don't know anything. I know he has something that he can hit, and it takes him right to the crash when the caution comes out.
Yeah, it's actually.
I tried that.
Me
It
and,
wasn't working for me.
okay,
I'm gonna
yeah,
I'm gonna bring Bland down here.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Brian.
Justin Bland, welcome to the broadcast booth there, buddy.
How you doing, guys?
Or should we say Kyle Busch? How's it going, man?
It's going really good so far.
Yeah, so how's the truck handling out there?
Truck feels real good. It's a little tight compared to what the Cup car felt like yesterday, but the car feels really good.
All right, we're getting a restart here. Good luck, man.
Yep. Pace car's off. Good luck.
Appreciate it, guys.
Good luck.
Green flag, green flag.
Yeah, we don't have
As
a lot of
Michael.
time to interview, but he seems to be pretty happy so far.
Oh yeah. And Michael Leiby, he's in the lead,
Oh,
and the
good.
caution already. Big.
Yep. Not too big. Biggest one we've had, though. Looks like
was
that
it?
was the number 19. Looks like the number 19 tried to go too low in the restart there. Everyone bunched up going into turn 1, and
19? I don't. Is there a 19? Is he gone? I'm not finding a 19.
maybe I kind of zoomed out kind of far. Let me zoom back in really, make sure I'm saying the right number.
Lay off the sauce, Hibbs. I don't think anybody's going to pit. So you got time to pull somebody else down if you'd like, for sure. I don't think they'll pit. I wouldn't.
I think I'm gonna try to get Bland down here.
Bland? Yeah, get his. I got a word to say. Get his ass in here. Hey, Bland, you there?
Hey, I'm back.
Yeah, you and I need to talk. No.
Oh, boy.
Okay, the green flag drops. You're gonna have about 15 laps to go. What's your plan?
That's going to be more than 15 laps. We got about 40
Yeah,
or
I
so.
know. I know. I'm
Messing
just
with me
messing
here.
with you. I hope
Messing with me. Don't get in my head now.
No, dude, you're running good. That first run, man, you pulled way out. You got some different characters up here running with you, though, man. Were you running it hard, or were you just taking it easy, seeing what you had, or what?
That last run, I took it a little easy. I'm trying to save tires. If we were to get a long run, ended up getting a caution, so it didn't really matter much. But I think this, the JB Design Chevrolet Silverado, used to calling it a Ford Fusion, it's kind of weird, but car's really good on a short run and long run, so I'm definitely looking forward to the end of this race. Plan is here, I need to get ahead of Levy as quick as I can because I don't want to try to burn the tires up back here. I want to get to the lead and kind of set my own pace, be able to control tires. If we're clean, we'll go green the rest of the way. I think we'll hit 20 laps to go before the caution clock's good. So it's going to be really critical tire conservation, which I've been practicing all race. So I feel pretty good coming up here on the rest of this race.
Yeah, we were talking through the broadcast. I mean, you guys are really impressing us with the green flag runs you've had. Who'd have thought you guys would have had the caution clock, you know? But the good thing about being up front, you can control your race. But now you got some digging to do. Leiby, don't underestimate him, and you got a couple fast trucks behind you there too, Miller and a couple other guys. But I don't know. This will be our first sweep if you can pull it off here, bud.
Well, I sure hope to be the first one to do it. I've not something I ever thought I'd be able to do, but it's definitely a work in progress right now. Hopefully we can finish it off.
All right.
All right, well, good job tonight, Dillweed. Oh, Justin, he's all right. But, I mean, I'm impressed with these guys, man. Justin especially. I mean, he's one of those guys kind of quiet, but he's really making a statement this weekend here.
Absolutely. He's been real impressive, not just tonight, but even last night. He was running down Brian Wilderson. He's been in here trying to bring on some type of a broadcast curse like Max TV has. And I was a part of that a couple weeks ago. So hopefully we don't start a curse for Scotty here, but we'll find out.
Yeah.
I hope not.
And here we go. And looks like Justin actually is able to keep up with him on the restart. Pretty impressive there. First time we ever saw someone do that.
Yeah, on the outside.
Just a key note out there. It was put by Anthony that caution went to the 61 of Josh Mayo.
Yeah, honestly, I'm kind of embarrassed. So it was 19 on my screen, so I was looking at the 61 upside down. So that's my fault, guys.
Oh.
What the hell are you watching the race standing on your head for, Hibbs?
I'm sorry. I'm trying to do a new view here. See if I like it.
And
what's going on
this
here, guy?
It's people are being a lot more aggressive. If you watch,
yeah, we're coming down to it.
Yeah, you're coming down to it here. If you watch people in these restarts, you look at everyone's back bumper. Not everyone, but a lot of these guys' back bumper. They're all bumped up and beat in now. People are starting to get more aggressive.
And actually, you know, I mean, this makes sense because think about it. I mean, we went green, right, for those two stints. Now, it's so hard to pass here. If you're back in 15th to 20th, this will be my line of thinking. You're back there, you know it's hard to pass. Now, you're at that time, man, if we go green, I got to start moving now. You know, the longer green flag runs you take on, the more aggressive you're going to start being. It's going to take you that much longer to get to the front. So that might be something we're starting to see from those guys back there.
Even more interesting, we have a couple of guys coming in the pit this time, too. So some guys are getting some fresh tires, hoping maybe we get another one of those long runs. They have a tire advantage toward the end of the race here. So I think we can go all the way here, even with the caution clock, because once we hit 20 laps, no matter how much time left on that clock, they turn it off. So I think we're going to be good to go green rest of the way from here, as long as we have no more wrecks.
Yep, absolutely. Perhaps the 10 of Blake Freeman I'm seeing. National Anthem's going because I messed up the other one, so I probably shouldn't talk through this one either.
No, that was OBS. I apologize for that. I don't know why it went on. I think it might have been a button I typed, but yeah. So, oops on that.
Hell, I wouldn't apologize for the National Anthem. Let her play, buddy.
Yeah, keep it playing.
But yeah, it sounded like Blake Freeman might have been involved in that one. He's a little bit of rear end damage and maybe a little front end, but not exactly sure. But
yeah, that's why Anthony's confirming. It says 10 of Blake Freeman came across somebody's bumper out of 4.
Yeah,
it was a spotter failure.
Is this right? Justin Bland is the leader now. Did he take was he ahead of the 55 when the caution came out?
Just barely. I was just going back and reviewing that to see where he was when the caution came out, and it was literally by a bumper. It was pretty close, but now he's going to get the advantage on the restart.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, people are joking around with me now. Well, you figure Rudy has to turn it up. I just have, hey, let's do the National Anthem again.
Hey, the more patriotism, I'm down with that. Let's do it.
Hell yeah.
No bags on Rudy at all. Rudy holds a great broadcast for the cup for you guys.
Messed it up I don't know how many times now. Wilderson, he's always messing with me, man. I leave that guy alone. I don't say nothing about him, and he just keeps giving me crap.
Jay says shows his broadcast is amazing enough to get a halftime show.
Yeah, I think we'll take a bit out on Canada's race. I think we're scheduled to get Beyonce in here, aren't we?
Yeah.
Oh, the singing ladies. Oh, the singing ladies.
Here we are.
We said
We're going
Beyonce,
again.
not Beyonce Scotty.
Oh, shit. my bad.
Here we go, green flag.
And look at that jump Bland gets again. He's timing them things perfect.
Oh, 3 wide for second place.
And the 4 he wisely backs off. He's smart.
Yeah,
he knows he'll have another shot.
Absolutely.
That just shot. That's why these guys are running green flag like they are. But they are. You can tell. It's picking up.
Business is picking up, boys.
Yep. The 20 gets.
And a caution. Not sure what for though. And that's something that not a lot of people talk about is when you're the leader in iRacing, as soon as the pace car goes in, even in our league, it is up to you to when the field restarts. So as soon as that caution car goes in, you can take off and get the biggest jump on everyone else because it's up to you. You decide. So that's why being an advantage in these races is such a big important detail.
Absolutely. The 57 there, Scotty B. See if we see what happened here. And just 93 was letting him go, and it just looked like he maybe thought he was clear, or just run out of a little bit of room there. And
Exactly.
up into
what
the
it
93.
Wasn't fast enough, I don't think, to really hurt him.
No, I think even the 93, the 57, I think they're going to be all right.
And Anthony's right. People are losing patience here. There's not that many laps left to go. What are we on? 140 of 175. This is what it really comes down to, and I've noticed it across all three racing, the Cup and Xfinity and Truck. People get impatient near the end. You can't do that. You guys have to work together out there, no matter what. I mean, all of us are racers in here, and you really want to push your truck, but you got to understand that if you're pushing too hard, you're going to wipe somebody out that's not pushing hard, that's just trying to finish the race.
Yeah, I mean, we're a lap 140 or 175, and it's hard to pass. Ken said before, I mean, this is the time you got to go now. Like, you want to get to the front, it's hard to do it. You got to take advantage of these restarts. And I think we're going to see a couple more cautions just because it's a good, aggressive racing now. People are trying to get to the front to win this thing. And unfortunately, ends in a wreck sometimes, but it's not a bad thing. It's good, aggressive racing. It's a lot of fun to watch.
Yep, exactly. And that thought process, I mean, when you're out here on the track, you've got a split second to make a decision if there's a hole opens up and go through your mind, okay, what's going to happen if I put my nose here? What's going to happen? At the beginning of the race, you got time to think that stuff over. Okay, well, no, you know what? I don't have to do that. You're getting down to the point to where you're not thinking it all the way through. You might just go halfway on the thought process, and that's where this is coming from. But you know what? It's all a part of racing. I mean, everybody wants to, every one of us wants to win a race, no matter what we're in, whether you're in 20th, and that's what makes for good racing, is everybody trying to win that race. And mistakes happen, and this happening, it makes for some exciting races. If this was at the beginning of the race, it'd be a little bit disappointed, but you know what? We're down to that point.
And we're down to the end. We're on the final restart here. Pace car's in. See if Justin can get a good restart again. Oh, he got bumped in the rear, but it looks like he's going to be good again. Not the best restart of the night, but a good one still.
No, I found out what the issue was, guys. I have keyed buttons for my different scenes, and I hit the key. That's why we played the national anthem.
You keyed the tune.
I keyed the tune. It was just like, oh, B, right there, banner, done.
What the hell are you doing with your hands, Scotty? That you got just stuff going off all over the place.
He's like Ricky Bobby. He doesn't know what to do with his hands.
Yeah.
I'm going fast on the keyboard.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys can look through the field here, man. There's bumping all over the place. These guys are aggressive.
They're ready to go.
They're dropping their noses down. There is no more give and take. There's two dive bombs right there. I mean, man, this is some good racing, guys.
Absolutely. It's that time. Is it
Miller
I know
time?
our league president sometimes doesn't like cautions, but when it's a fun race like this, you got to let them fly. Like, just have some fun and go out. These are trucks that's beat and bang a little bit.
I'm almost tempted to keep it here on blimp view for a little bit just to see how these guys are running so close. Because at this view, you can actually get a better view on how these guys are going to hit each other, or if they even try to hit each other.
Yeah, I like this view I use when I do race control for our Xfinity series, and it's a good view to see what's going on, to get a good idea what the guys are going through, and see all the cool moves they make.
Yeah, you can really see a guy pull up on another guy in a corner, or if he's getting away, or really let you see things that are about to happen before they actually do.
Yep,
as David Grossclose moves out of the way for another drive, boy, I'm disappointed in his ass.
He's definitely got his lipstick on today.
Yeah, buddy. It's a dark shade, I think. David.
Just to getting this out there, guys. We're on lap 148 of 149 of 175. We've got 17 people watching. We've had 3 likes, and Anthony is right. This has been a great race. Cautions happen. People get impatient, but people learn from it. They realize that they don't want to finish this race under caution. They want to finish this race how it should be, running bumper to bumper, putting all they got into their truck and making a hell of a show for everyone else watching out there.
Yeah, like Kenner said earlier, everyone wants to win. If you didn't want to win, why are you on the track? So everyone's trying to make it happen right now.
Exactly, and the ECR prides itself on those green flag runs. I mean, that's one of the big things that they talk about, and the brotherhood. And those green flag runs, they happen, and it comes down to the end of the race, and it's disappointing. For some guys, oh man, caution! Oh, here we go. But yeah, it's that time, man. It's you even see it from the pros, man. It makes for some good racing, though.
Yeah, someone we never really talked about. I was looking through the lineup here. Justin, of course, is still leading the race, but John Cottle has made his way up. He's in the 20 truck. He's made his way up all the way to the 4th spot. He's been kind of silent but deadly all night.
Yeah, he started back in 13th, and caution.
That was the 21 truck. He dove bombed the 11 there. That's what it looked like on my screen.
Check her out.
And yeah, the 21 got in there a little hot. The 11 might not have seen his there, but the 21 got in there pretty hot.
And the leaders were pitting. Well, some of them are. Ron Miller stayed out, but Justin Bland, everybody else is coming in. I don't see anybody else staying out right now.
Ooh, now who pitted in the last one? If Ron Miller pitted on that last one, I mean, that was a good plan. Yep, exactly.
I know that 21 truck there, Trevor McManus, he definitely pitted last time. I'm the one, I even called him out for it. So we got some trucks that Justin's going to have to get by now. This is going to change a lot of this race.
Yeah, but with the 21 truck now, if race control finds that caution to be his fault, he's going to be going to the back.
That's true. Yeah, he will be given the EOL penalty and starting at the longest line.
And Ron Miller's in the front now.
And we just got confirmation that this caution was caused by the 21, and he will be receiving that penalty.
There, how do you like that, 21? Get back here! No, no, it's a result of some hard racing. I mean, I'm glad I'm a part of this, Scotty. I appreciate you having me in here, man. This is a lot of fun. I like watching this. I'll tell you, I mentioned it a lot on our show, The Hub, man. Is watching these things as a fan, man, you can't beat it.
Absolutely. This has been a blast. This is my first truck race with Scotty and you up here, Michael. I appreciate you guys inviting me up here and letting me do this with you. It's been a blast. I love it up here.
Hell yeah.
If I wasn't so competitive, I'd be up here every week.
I hear that.
Well, I appreciate you guys coming in here. I love having guests in here. Usually we have Josh Sheets in here. He's away tonight. He's been our on-track correspondent. When we're trying not to distract him from racing, we ran into that last week, unfortunately, and it was a little bit of both of our faults. We talked about it after, and we just brought him into the booth at the wrong time. He was running really great, and we just it was just a mishap on us. But no, I appreciate you both of you guys in here. Keeping it professional. I appreciate that. That's how I run these broadcasts. This is how, the ECR truck broadcasts, actually all the broadcasts, the trucks, the Xfinity and Cup are all professionally done. This is the way it should be for the ECR brand.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we can have some fun and keep it professional. I mean, you guys watching, if you haven't checked out my channel, that's, you want professional, don't go there. That's completely opposite.
He's not wrong at all. But I tell you what, if you keep an open mind and just want to see some funny stuff, go watch it. It's a good show. And here we go. Justin Bland's going to be in the outside of row 2 here. See how he can get back up to the top.
I think this is the furthest back Bland has been all night, isn't it? Be interesting if he can make it work there, especially being on the outside.
It absolutely has. And now, keep in mind, the trucks in front of him, the 78 and whoever else is up there, I can't see his number from my view here. Oh, wreck behind him. He saved it. Nice save there. That was impressive driving. This is the farthest back he's been, and those guys in front of Justin do have older tires. Not too much older, but they are older.
Yep, exactly. And it's got to be going through Justin's mind. I mean, he hasn't really had to pass anybody. You know, he's been up the front. Now, he knows how hard it is to pass here. But
he can drive, but can he pass?
Exactly. He may approach it a little bit differently than these guys that have been fighting traffic all day.
And we say that as he passes somebody.
As he goes in the third. And Libby is laying the heat onto the 78 of Miller here.
Yeah,
we got Brian Wilderson here in chat throwing out a thing there for Libby, trying to push him into first place.
We got a cheerleader out there. Hopefully he's wearing his skirt.
I bet he is. That's Wilderson, right? Yep.
Yep, that's Brian.
Well, speaking of everybody's favorite, where's Tony Ball?
Ball. Oh, hang on.
I'm not sure. The Truck Series is super competitive, and this is one of the only series, even here at Martinsville, we had a lot of go or go homers. We had people that weren't able to qualify into tonight's event, so that he might have unfortunately not got into the race.
Oh, and
Bland,
going on the outside.
look at this.
Whoa, Justin!
I mean, he's got those fresher tires, but he took them both on the outside.
He took both 78 and 55.
Man, he's gonna be a cocky little thing, ain't he? Now.
Man, that was impressive though. That was really good racing.
And now, he won the Cups, right?
Yeah, he won the Cup race.
Last night, yeah.
If I was Miller, I'd get to that quarter panel and turn his ass around. But and there goes Libby around Miller, and Libby didn't pit that last time either, did he?
I think he stayed out. I think he was the one that stayed out too.
Okay.
It was him and Ron and the 21. Unfortunately, 21 had a silver penalty though.
And we got the four truck coming back up into the picture. But I mean, we're running out of laps here, guys. We're coming to 10 to go. Absolutely,
this is going to be a fun 10 laps. I think we're going to get a caution or two. People are going to get super aggressive. We've already seen it the last couple of cautions here. But man, this is fun to watch.
And I hope you guys out there are enjoying this race. I know we are here up in the booth, and I just want to thank you all on my behalf of, and I probably speak for Mike and Matt, of joining us tonight for this race. Most of you guys have been watching the entire race. That's really amazing. And now we are officially on 10 laps remaining. 10 laps remaining on Martinsville trucks.
Oh, it's the 20 car spinning around. Or it might be the 02. I don't know. I'm upside down again.
Oh man!
He's able to save it. We're gonna say green. We're going green, boys. That was John Cottle there that I saw spin around, but we're gonna say green.
Yeah, thank you for mentioning that, Anthony.
And Justin Bland and Michael Libby are running really similar lap times. I don't know here if he's going to be able to get him.
Yeah, if we go green rest of the way, I think this is Justin's race to lose at this point. He proved us wrong. He was able to pass people on the outside of all places, and this is his race to lose at this point.
Yeah, and Libby actually was 10th. Was he a 10th slower that last lap, I believe. At one point, he was 3/10 slower another lap before that. So, yeah, unless something happens, lap traffic comes into play or whatever, it's Justin's race.
He's a second ahead. I mean, there's 7 laps remaining, going on 6 laps remaining. You know, he's almost a minute and a half. Not a minute, a second and a half ahead. If he was a minute ahead, that'd be crazy.
That'd be a couple laps in this place.
Hell yeah.
So we have Wayne asking, he wants to know what he was thinking of starting fourth so late. I think that was just a pit strategy, just put him in the 4th place there. And he pitted when other people didn't and vice versa. That's why he got 4th there. So.
Yep, absolutely. And ECR Leagues mentions in the chat, I don't know if all the viewers can see the chat, but if there's any questions from the viewers out there that you want one of the top 3 asked or all the top 3 asked, throw it up there.
Yeah, absolutely. If you guys want to get out of the couch and jump in the driver's seat, just send Anthony Thitchener a message on Facebook. We're always recruiting. So feel free, come in here, race the trucks with us, Xfinity cars, and work your way up the cup. It's a lot of fun.
Now, I'm really surprised Dave Close doesn't run John Schweikart on his truck like John Schweikart runs Dave Grosclose.
Yeah, John likes to rag on him because David Grosclose, he's actually a NASCAR tire engineer. He works with Goodyear. So he's actually a NASCAR employee. So I think he just throws a little fun at him because of that. So it's kind of cool we have someone like that in our league, though.
Yeah, and on the back of his truck, I actually had a question because I'm a production manager, and we have a caution, and it's going to be over, guys.
That's the race, yep. That's lap 74. That's going to be the race.
Yep, it's going to be the race. Justin Bland, Michael Libby, and Ron Miller.
Justin Bland with the weekend sweeps, and more importantly, with the double clocks.
Yep, absolutely. I do want to mention about Grosclose. He is a tire engineer, but he has on the back of his truck, it says, I'd rather be making sawdust, and it says it on his cup car, too. Well, I work in a sawmill, and I'm like, what's that mean? I asked him. He's actually really good with woodworking, making furniture and cabinets and benches and stuff like that. He's a very talented guy when it comes to this. Not only works with NASCAR and that as a tire engineer, but he's really good with his hands and making some benches and stuff like that, so...
Heck yeah, let's go ahead and, since the race is over, let's want to do caution laps. Let's see if we can get Justin in here and interview him and see how excited he is. I know he's going to be a little boy out there screaming his head off. I know I would be too.
Let's go ahead and pull down the top three. Is it Justin Bland,
Michael Libby, and Ron Miller?
Ow.
Hey, Justin. Congrats on the win, man. How are you feeling?
Oh my gosh, man, it's awesome. Got the sweep.
Got the weekend sweep, the double clocks. Where are you going to put the clocks at?
I didn't have room for one. I don't know where I'm putting the other one. Man, this is awesome.
That's good job, Justin. He said clocks, by the way, clocks. That's an awesome job, man. You, that pass on the outside, man, what the hell?
Yeah, what was in your mind? I mean, this isn't Days of Thunder. What were you doing out there?
I knew I had to get to the front as fast as I could, and that was my opportunity. I could pin Michael behind Ron because he was on old tires, and it worked out perfectly. I was able to squeeze the guys down and get the run going, and oh my gosh, it was awesome. A weekend sweep.
That's awesome, man. Good job, buddy. You definitely earned last night's, and you definitely earned tonight's, man. So, man, that's awesome bit of driving.
Yeah, these cup guys come down here getting these wins, man.
Yeah, I got a new target.
Oh gosh, I don't need targets on me now.
But I'm impressed by every one of you guys in this truck series tonight. Every one of you guys, I mean, you swept the weekend. You had a good race. I mean, you came from fourth place there on the final laps, but this entire field was impressive tonight. I don't know what you thought. I mean, being a part of it.
I got to give a huge shout out here to this truck series. That was an amazing race. We had a little stretch of about 3 or so cautions, but besides that, a super clean race. It was a lot of fun. I actually got to see what the car could do on the long run. Man, yeah, it was a huge, awesome race tonight. Want to give a shout out to all the JBR cars. Ronnie got a nice fourth place finish, and a huge thank you to Ron. Jeez, I can't mixing Ron and John up. For John for stepping into the 20 truck tonight. It's been a couple races since that truck's got points, so appreciate him stepping up and getting in there, and appreciate you guys for working in the booth tonight. Be fun to come back here and watch this after.
Yeah, anytime. Thank you for giving us quite a show.
Yeah, I'm sure you got a lot of TV time in this one. Go back and watch that and have a beer. Congrats, man.
I appreciate it, guys.
And we got a question in our chat here that ECR asked the question: does Justin have room for two in his house? I don't know if he has room for one, like you said earlier.
Yeah, I'm sitting here in a dorm room, and there's hardly enough room for two beds and a desk, so I don't know where I'm putting two clocks. It may have to go home.
Sleep in the clock. You're probably a little fella.
Hey, just lay them down and put a mattress on it. You have a new bed.
There we go. Hey, I make it a bunk bed. I'll stack them on top.
There you go.
Oh, God. I don't know how safe that'll be, but hey, we can give it a shot. I can't believe it, guys. A weekend sweep. Unreal. This is awesome.
Yeah, man.
We'll
enjoy this one. Congrats.
I appreciate it, guys.
Let's talk to the second place winner.
Michael Lieb, you got a copy?
Yes, I do.
So, what was your mindset when Justin was passing you on the outside there?
Well, I knew he was gonna go around me because he had 4 and I had 2, so nothing that I could really do to hold him back.
Yeah, so you had a good race. I mean, P2 is nothing to be ashamed of. How did the truck feel the whole race?
It felt really good. It was a little loose beginning of the run, but it really came into me and snug up where I could really get off the corner a lot quicker than a lot of other guys.
Yeah, man, real impressive run. We had Brian Wilderson here cheering you on throughout the whole race, just hoping you'd get the win for him, but I'm sure he won't be upset with the second place either.
No, second place is definitely good at a track like this. I'm happy.
Can I ask, when Bland was coming around the outside there with just a few laps to go, how come he didn't spin that little turd out?
I'm not like that.
I know. That was awesome racing by you guys, man. That was a lot of fun for us to watch. Good job coming up there and holding on to it. He had a couple lap pressure tires, I do believe, but man, good finish.
Yeah, thanks.
Alrighty, let's see. Ron Miller, you got a copy in here?
Yes, I do.
Hey, Ron, so P3, man, good job. How'd the race feel for you?
Oh, it felt pretty good. I just thought I'd stay out there on that last run to, see what I could do, see if I can get the win.
Yeah, it was definitely a good move.
No, I'm just kidding.
Hey, it's Martinsville. Don't ask, don't tell, right?
No, I had a good race. It was fun. Stayed up front most of the race, so I'm happy.
Yeah, it seemed like the front was the safest place to be. It's hard to pass out there, it looked like.
Yeah, it was very hard to pass. Once I don't know how those guys got around me on the outside, really. Fresher tires, but still.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. It's just a few lap pressure tires is probably all it takes. But man, a good race. You stayed up there all front. We were talking about you.
Right on.
Most of the night. It was nice stuff, Ron. I promise. It wasn't nothing. No, but
right on. That's far and few between for me. Seriously.
But it was a good run. Great. We mentioned before, it was great racing by all you guys with those green flag runs, and who'd have thought the caution clock would have come into play. But you picked up a third place, especially after that hard race in there. I mean, that's pretty good.
Yeah, thanks. I was very happy about it.
Awesome, man. Yeah, congrats. Go celebrate this one.
Right on. Thank you.
All right. Well, you heard it from the top 3 there. They had a great race out there tonight. You guys saw it. That was an incredible green flag run from all of them. I mean, we used the caution clock. You got a little iffy near the end, but then they got their act together and decided, they got to really finish this race on green. They tried. Things happen, but, honestly, this is one of the best racing I've seen out of this league in a long time.
Yeah, we had everything. We had the caution clock. We had green runs. We had cautions. We had aggressive driving. We had give and take. I mean, this was racing at its finest. I was so happy to be up here to watch this race tonight. Awesome job.
Yep, absolutely, man. I'm so glad you let me in. You unlocked the door and let me in, Scotty. I'm glad I didn't get my my final warnings and get kicked out, because it was awesome to watch and check out the way these guys did. Like you said, Matthew, the green flag runs, the caution clock at Martinsville, nonetheless. And then at the end, you got some guys on a couple. Can Bland get up here? He was the dominant truck. Can he get up there? And lo and behold, he did. And it was just, it was great to watch, man. It was real exciting.
Well, thank you. I want to thank both of you for being here. I want to thank everybody that watched tonight. We had constant, I think, 17 people pretty much throughout the entire
awesome.
race. We've got 5 legs right now, and it's, that's definitely something to look forward to. We are away for a month again, but when we will come back, you guys will see some more awesome broadcasting brought to you by myself. But in the meantime, you can watch Rudy broadcast the trucks, broadcast the cups on MaxB TV, and Iran broadcast the Xfinity racing. we are here to stay. We're going to be here all year long, and I hope to see most of you guys come back to watch these races. I hope they're all as good as this one was. And again, thank you both for being here tonight. Thank you guys out there in the audience. And we are going to end this here tonight on a good note, saying, we'll be back. We'll be better than ever.
Absolutely. On to Kansas. Let's do this.
On to Kansas.
To
Good job,
Kansas.
everybody.